Scorpio, and welcome to your November 2018 relationship reading. I've already posted the general readings, okay, so check them out. So, additional guidance card is the Yin card, which is about receptivity. It's water element. So there's maybe probably a message about not pushing anything this month. I'm saying that to everyone, do not even bother to try and make anything happen, especially around love and relationships. There's certain areas of your life which you can work at, but there's such a big reorganization going on within all of our sense of value systems and what we want. It's not a time to push for anything. I am really advising it. Whatever you push and try and get into, you'll probably have to push out of. Yeah, so just be really mindful. Enjoy being at peace. Gosh, this reading is making me laugh, okay? About your best path to follow, which is the Hermit with the Eight of Swords, okay? This is about not pushing, but going within. This is the meaning of retrograde season, and I know I'm fed up with it too. I genuinely love it, but at the moment, a bit of a struggle. This Hermit's been on a long journey, by the way. Look. And look how narrow the path is. I think some Scorpios are having to take a few deep breaths at the moment, and especially regarding their love and relationships, and a little bit of a, oh, I've been somewhere, I have learnt some lessons, and where is this all going? Actually, I really like where it's all going, funnily enough, but there's definitely some powerful messages. Your central issue is a Temperance card. Now, I love the Temperance in the love reading because I love the alchemy of you and the other person. And this is already someone that you're involved with. There's a really healthy way that used to blend, which means, you know, you're stronger together than you would be apart. And that's what a healthy relationship is. A living, yeah. We stand at one, but together. If you're not already involved, sometimes Temperance card can be about learning to trust the divine. Trust is a central issue because she's naked here apart from this tiny little slip, and she floats in water. Can be hugely vulnerable, but she is not spilling that water, so she's very balanced. She's very keeping an awful lot of dignity. But there's definitely a message that the answers lie within you. I think there's a lot of change going on for you, basically. Now, what lies behind you is the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is quite a light energy. It can be a fire sign, but the Knight of Wands to me brings a little bit of respite, a little bit of joy, and a little bit of loosening up. You can want to just go forward and have new adventures, okay? I like the Knight of Wands energy. He just brings a bit of loosening up, not a very serious energy, okay? So some of you might have just been having a little bit of fun. Nothing's been too heavy. A little bit of lightness here, and you're about to move into the Sun card. So after the Lovers, my favourite relationship cards are the Temperance, the Empress, and the Sun, and you've got the three of them, by the way. The Sun card is about interconnectedness. Me and you, okay? It's just that sense of people's boundaries coming down and enjoying each other's company. But at the same time, Scorpio, you're also in a period of self-reflection, and you will be right up to the end of November. And you know what? You just are. And it can be quite a tough season. Depends on where you're at. If you've got time to enjoy the solitude, it's amazing. If you haven't, you might be feeling very, very Ten of Wands energy, feeling quite exhausted. But the Sun is beautiful. With right next to the Temperance card, this beautiful joining of energies. And then you go to the Eight of Wands. This could be about traveling. There's an awful lot of communication between you and someone else. And quite a lot of teamwork. Now the Eight of Wands, I am going to clarify that Eight of Wands, because it can be about going on a journey together. Sort of laughing. It's with the King of Wands. There's just an awful lot of fire here, and aliveness, an awful lot of passion. Can be a fire sign, but I don't tend to believe in that actually, because it's the energy we're looking for. And this is the energy of being loads of fire, loads of passion, essentially. Okay? And it's right under the Sun card, which is about warmth and openness. Great reading, guys, okay? Even though the Hermit and the Eight of Swords is still your best path to follow, examine your thinking processes, Scorpio, okay? That's how I'm reading the Eight of Swords at the moment. Examine everything, you know? So when you move forward, you move forward in a way that brings you what you truly desire. Yeah? Now your best path to, now your ego power is the King of Cups. Very yin card again. But he is dipping his toe in the water. This could be a water sign, but you do know how I feel about that. It depends. But there's also, with this King of Cups, you've got your throne, okay? There is nothing more powerful than a Scorpio who has their own throne and their own crown. Because owning the Scorpio energy is so overwhelmingly a life journey. But when we get it, God, do we get it? And that's how we become this king. Because it means you've got your own happiness and you're not trying to get it for another person, because that's what leads us down our more difficult karmic paths. Yeah. So the King of Cups as an ego power is, it's like you are really in your emotional integrity and your emotional center. And boy, I absolutely love seeing that for you. Now your hopes and fears are the Empress card, which is interesting. Some of you might be considering starting a family, and there's a little bit of fear around that. So you're having to go inwards to examine your fears. Are they valid? Or if you're with someone, it's only a temporary cycle they're in, because we all go through cycles. That's what astrology is for, by the way. A little bit, I think, clears up a little bit more than the tarot. But that's just my personal belief. Because the Empress is a very committed card, very loyal, and there's definitely a little bit of fear about that. And maybe you're sort of questioning, especially if some of you have got a dynamic with someone that's challenging. It might be, oh, will this ever change? Will we ever move to a new cycle? Can I commit here? Can I share my resources with someone? Start a family, whatever it is, okay? Some of yous, there might be, because there's so many positive elements here, there might be a little bit of fear of revealing yourself, of being, because remember how the trick, the Scorpio, lies in its opposite sign, which is Taurus, which is the earthy part of love. Sensuality, looking after your body, massage. We always have to go to the opposite sign for the solution to any of our issues, okay? And with you, it's Taurus, but it's what you most fear at the moment. And I'm not sure why. Maybe some of you are really happy in this self-reflective period. And coming out of it, and moving to a new level of commitment is something you don't want. It's a general reading, guys, okay? Your outcome is the Three of Discs. The Three of Discs is a working together energy. I love seeing the Three of Discs for people because it tends to speak of people coming together with the same goal, yeah? And the Three of Discs also raises people up. So we rise by helping others to rise, yeah? And I'm really not talking about codependency here when we overgive, but the Three of Discs to me is a powerful bringing together of people's energies to try and work something out, to try and work towards a solution, to try and work towards this really, really positive outcome of things. And that's why I love seeing it in a love reading. Interesting reading here, guys. It's almost like there's this so much beautiful energy around you, but there's something else calling you to reflect, to look at where you've came, to see if challenge your belief systems, by the way, which is the Eight of Swords. You might be questioning a connection, especially because the Empress is there, thinking, is this sustainable long term? The trick to this retrograde is to go with it completely without resistance, yeah? Which means to examine those Eight of Swords and to examine how far your souls came and where you want it to go, okay? Because that's how personally I'm using this retrograde, and that's what we're meant to do. But you've got beautiful relationship dynamics around you as well, Scorpio, so I don't think you've got anything to worry about. Might be a little bit of a fear if there's a connection can actually move to the next level, okay? And that, as I said before, is what astrology gives us. Yeah, because everything changes. And you might be questioning if it ever will change. It will, because everything always does, okay? Loads of love, Scorpio. Bye.